All right, and welcome back. More OGA Dota Pit action for you. Swear, I'm awake. Nobody can see my cam while I cast. We're moving it on to the draft, so you can't see me fall asleep right here, right now, as I draft. I'm gonna even close my eyes for the draft. Watch. I'm not even gonna fall asleep. You won't be able to see it. It'll be great. EHOME
Can't wait to see your
CDEC Game 3. What?
I was gonna say I can't wait to see your draft analysis without knowing any of the hero picks.
I'm
That
just,
would have
gonna,
been.
I'm just gonna close my eyes, lean my head back, chicken style when it rains. I'm just gonna hope.
Oh, they banned Tree instead of Bane, dude.
Radiant team pick.
Oh my god, the ban front.
Just ban them tiny so you don't put yourself in that situation again.
I think the Tree was the big problem for them, though. Like we said, right? Like with being able to take towers. I think you'd rather play against the Bane than the Tree after that game. Must be so soul destroying. Like trying to poke your head against towers over and over again, but you can't kill them. Like
5 seconds remaining.
it's awful. Do they want to again? I really hope they do something different. No, never mind.
Yeah, I'll just go to the Mirana.
I would understand first picking this if the Phoenix was still in the pool as well, but it's not. Yeah, instantly Bane gets picked up. No hesitation.
Single target, BKB piercing.
Now, do you want to take the Rubik for yourself and put the Miranda somewhere else?
10 seconds remaining.
Or do you just want to go for like a Mars or a DK or a Quat?
5 seconds remaining.
I think some kind of flexible core here would be nice. I feel like that's when EHOME, when I've cast them before, have looked best when they have that massive flex value in their picks. Yeah, Ember. Okay. Fair enough.
I know Jinkyu plays this a lot, but it feels like a nothing to say hero always at this point.
Yeah, for sure. I much prefer that they picked a core there, to be honest. I think it's really
10
really
seconds
good. Because
remaining.
it still has flex value, right? Like you can put it in the carry role, just swap their cores. I imagine if they really needed to, like they could play it off lane. I'm sure Faithbjorn's played it before. Faithbjorn's probably played every hero before.
That's what it seems like. He just kind of plays everything.
Yeah. What do you want to pick now that you see the Ember? Though? I actually think DK is still okay. I think Quap's still okay. Like Mars is there in the pool if they really want to take it still as well. SRF played really well on that last game.
Yeah, he played that well, and I just, again, it comes down to the tree, and it comes down to the fact that they weren't able to really push what they wanted and get into the jungle, and that tier 1 went down way too late. Which, for EHOME at least, was due to the fact that they had Mirana rotating to mid and bottom and not really accomplishing much.
Radiant team ban.
Puck.
Oh. That's the core that I'd forgotten about. Okay. We've seen a lot of Puck today, actually.
Yeah, surprisingly enough.
I feel like we don't see this as much in other regions, or at least I've watched, not in EU and stuff.
10
It's still
seconds
occasionally
remaining.
picked up, but it's been very highly prioritized here.
5
Yeah, especially because of the Queen of
remaining.
Pains and stuff that have been picked up too. Like the Dream Coil goes up in value for the leash. So I wonder if they value this hero highly in itself, or whether it's just because they see these really mobile cores that they think it's even better.
I wonder if we'll see like a Nature's Prophet. Get an Orchid.
Maybe.
On CDEC, it wouldn't be too bad in the safe lane, right? You've got that single target where, like, a Fiend's Group, you put in the right clicks from the Nature's Prophet, that'll be good, but you also can be mobile and get yourself an Orchid, silence up the Ember.
I'd like to see them pick something like a Tusk potentially
Radiant
as well on
team
CDEC.
ban.
But they need a little bit of wave clear on their force, and maybe like I know do you remember when James played that Shaman game?
Mhm.
Where he just absolutely went off.
Dire team
It was
ban.
the last time this tournament ran, and I want to see that again. It feels like maybe like Clock or something would be okay actually as well. I think Clock and Tusk have been banned out in some of the games today. We haven't actually seen the Clock picked at all though.
10 seconds remaining.
Could pick Clock for Faith
Radiant
Bian as
team
well.
ban.
They actually banned the
Clock's been
time.
banned. There it is. They don't want EHOME to sabotage themselves.
God, we'll ban Tiny guys. You can have a chance of winning if you like. And to be fair, he did really well the game before. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's much better when you're not playing against the Treant.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
That's a really interesting Doom ban as well. Jesus. Oh, maybe Helm with Dom Doom is really good. And you eat a centaur and you take over a centaur and then you have to double stomp. That sounds great.
Massive lockdown, or just go like Hellbear, Thunderclaps. It'd be the worst thing in the world.
That sounds pretty bad.
Double clap, man. Just a little bam. Right in.
No, people only get single claps, remember? That was what you said.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Yeah.
Dire team ban.
Ooh, there's the Visage ban that you were talking about from Arme before in the safe lane.
Yeah, he had played it a couple times, and what's actually surprising is ever since we saw EHOME do the Visage Grimstroke, nobody does it.
Yeah, I think Grimstroke's lost a lot of value though.
10 seconds remaining.
Just to other position 4s and things and like other 5s.
5 seconds.
That have just taken over in priority, it feels like. Like this Venge especially, I think has gone up massively. I'm trying to think of other Faith Beyond heroes that they might want to ban out, because they've banned this Beastmaster, they've banned the Tiny, makes sense. Is there something else that they feel is like a massive threat? Maybe like, Earthshaker or something? I have no idea, but be interesting to see. Maybe even like a Legion or something would be okay here up against the Bane and the Puck.
Radiant team pick.
And there's the Mars. Back at it for SRF.
I want to see the Legion hit. Hit me with it, EHOME. Well, Abaddon as well. It's been gaining a little bit of popularity recently in some of the EU games I was watching.
I know Silas played that in the safe lane quite a bit.
5 seconds remaining.
The
Dire team pick.
what else could Innocence play as well? Oh, there you go. It's Ember Cottle. Of course, I completely forgot this hero existed. Actually, we hadn't seen it all today, like banned or picked, have we? Interesting. Gives them a bit of team fight as well, which they really nice. And again, it's like I was saying, when you pick this Mirana 4, I think it's really important you have wave clear on your 5. So
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Now they're going to the Morphling. I wonder if they think about moving that Puck into the 4. Because they could go mid-Morphling.
I mean, they can just flex their heroes to a last, right? Like, the Morph can play 1 or 2, Puck can play 2 or 4,
10 seconds
Mars can
remaining.
play 2 or 3, Bane can play 1 or
5
5. I'd love to see a carry
remaining.
Bane. That'd be great. The old Mask of Madness build, where you stole people's damage.
The offlane Bane build. I'm
No, you
pretty
have
sure
to
that
go
got
mid
played
and
in
do it.
China. Didn't work out well once, and then never happened again.
Yeah. I know Mind Control played it once. The offlane Bane. It actually went really well. He played well, but I can't remember if they won or not. It was pretty, like, a last pick overall, like, very situational thing.
I almost want to say it was XSS who played it. And it might have been VGJ Thunder.
They need some catch here for the Morphling.
Radiant team back.
Or like Pango or something might be okay. Are they okay? They go Nature's Prophet on EHOME. So I imagine it's going to be the Prophet 3. I mean, you assume so, right?
I put my hands up on my end, thinking I had called it. But I had said Nature's Prophet for CDEC, so...
Yeah, I was going to say. That's a really bad call.
Put my hands down. They're down. They're done. They're never getting lifted again.
Ricky or something last looks really good as well. I mean, it's quite hard against the puck if you ever get coiled,
Dire
but
team ban.
like the threat of the smokescreen against all 3 of these cores, or I assume a cores, is really strong. They could also put the Ember safe lane
10
as well. I'm pretty sure
seconds
Sylar
remaining.
plays that sometimes, doesn't he?
5 seconds remaining.
Not really. I would say he's third priority, if anything, for
but,
between
like,
Nothing to Say and Jinkyu, but I don't really think that's going to happen.
What I'm saying is, like, there's so many different things they could still pick, right? So think less about the lane and think what they need about for their team overall. So they could do with like stuns / catch, and possibly a vessel builder as well. I still think this. I feel like I mention it at the end of every single draft that we cast, but the Kunkka's still in the
Radiant
pool as
team
well.
ban.
I think, if anything, the Ember Spirit would end up on Faith Beyond before Sylar.
Oh, okay. What about Ursa as well? Ursa's okay for EHOME. Sylar's dabbled in some Ursa before.
10 seconds remaining.
Just a touch.
Not sure how
5
much I like it with
seconds
Keeper of the Light,
remaining.
but because they could even still pick like another mid hero here as well on EHOME. If they feel like there's something that's really strong. I think you just put the Ember
Dire
mid,
team
but like
ban.
even so. I like their last 2 bans on EHOME as well. It covers the Ember really well. Like the Nyx, they need a forward. It's a really, really good Nyx game, like last pick.
Radiant
Up against Ember
team
Keeper of the
pick.
Light, gives good catch for the Nature's Prophet, and the Viper just makes Ember's lane absolutely horrendous. So Night Stalker ban. Wow. So they think it's going to be Prophet 1 by the looks of it. And they're still looking for Faith Beyond's hero.
10 seconds remaining.
Interesting.
5 seconds remaining.
I still think Pango's okay. I know Puck's annoying, but like I still don't think it's all. And
Dire
Bane's
team
annoying as
pick.
well, actually.
Ooh, Sylar Lycan. Been asking for that. I'm excited.
It's okay. I don't think it's amazing. But I think they're just running out of options on eHome. Like they needed some more
10
pressure like
seconds
early on.
remaining.
I think like it's something else to play around.
5 seconds remaining.
They have good team fight now. The only thing they kind of lack is stuns, but I feel like that's going to be a massive problem up against the Morph. They just have to play this like really early tempo game with around the Lycan.
That's the
actually
thing.
really like to
That's
see-
what they messed up last time, was having that early tempo. But of course, again, yeah, it comes with the
Choose
you know
your hero.
the part that there was a Trine on the team.
Ooh, what an underlord game.
So for Puck or for Mars?
Yeah, we fought Puck, I think, and they'll put the Mars mid, I would assume. Yeah, they will.
For
I think
Puck,
the Mars
yeah.
goes up in value over the Puck here. Interesting. It feels like the Puck's really just a coil here, to be honest, a lot of the time. Like, it's a good coil against the Ember and the Lycan. I think that this Underlord is a really strong pick, though. We've seen it once today already. Like, they needed a little bit more wave clear on their lineup, which I think they have now. Like, the Pit's super good up against the Ember. Lane's up really well against the Lycan as well.
I still like this from CDC, but if the pace can stay there for eHome and they can make sure that they actually stay with AME this time, then I would prefer them. But it's stipulations from both sides. Like, obviously, there's just keys to win the game for each team.
Yeah, this game's really weird. Like, I just struggle to see how eHome win this game unless they absolutely mow them down.
Mhm.
Like, I think this Morphling just has an absolutely free game later on. Like, yeah, he has to be worried about the Lycan's like raw damage from all his summons and stuff and whatever later on, but even so. And I'm also really interested to see if Lycan goes for Necro 1 first or if he goes Helm of Dom. Because I feel like Sylar, when we watched him before, would go Helm of Dom first sometimes anyway. And now that Necro's got worse and Helm of Dom's got changed, I don't know whether it's better or worse really, but I wonder which one he goes for. Like, could be interesting.
Warriors of the wood.
Prepare
They have
for battle.
wolves and trees as well to scout out, which is very funny. They're both just doing the same thing.
Zoo meta without the necro books.
I'm just waiting to see what he queues up.
Necro book. Necro 3 still.
Yeah, I think Necro 3 is still really good. Like, the damage against heroes has gone up, right? So, you know, for Lycan, it's probably still really valuable. Because you can actually, you know, whenever you pop your ult, your Necros now do more damage than they did before when you're chasing somebody down. But, you know, Helm of Dom is still a really good item. Like, it gives you 6 armor, which is crazy on this hero.
Yeah. Even the Helm of the Iron Will is nuts.
There you go.
Got you. Been paying attention
30
today.
seconds to battle.
I mean, it was the first game, and we were like, oh my god, 5 armor, 5 HP regen. That's for what, 900 gold?
Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? I mean, people used to do this when Helm of Iron Will was actually a good item. But people had no reason to buy it last patch. Like, people didn't ever build Helm of Dom first time unless it was like an offlaner on Beastmaster or something, right? Where it gave you the damage aura. But now they've changed it. It's completely different.
The battle begins.
So Ami top against Offlane Prophet and Marana. Which, I guess the Sprout sets up the arrow.
Ooh,
However I say that, well, only Tango's there for Ame.
I just realised XM's playing Underlord mid, by the way.
What? Oh, okay. Cool. Makes sense,
Sure.
of course, you know, we totally predicted that.
Yeah, of course.
That seemed to be the case.
We are very, very smart. I thought they were going to put the Mars mid, honestly.
Yeah, I was, because we see that a lot in, like, CISEU, so it was a bit surprising that it was just like, oh, well, you know, we're not going to do that. We're going to throw Underlord, who never sees time mid.
And his laning stage should go really well with this like massive base damage advantage he has.
Not
Yeah, it really shouldn't be a problem for him to hit last hits under the tower unless Nothing to Say body blocks him out of them.
I wonder what he gets first as well, like for his like first big item. Like it's a good Crimson game, obviously up against the Lycan. Like it's always going to be a good Crimson game.
Straight Ags, obviously.
Oh, like the. Did you see the OG game where they did that?
No.
It was actually sick. Like they played Venge Underlord. It was crazy, and the Underlord was just buffing up this Venge massively, and it was absolutely tearing people to pieces with the Ags upgrade from the Underlord.
Radiant's
It was super
top
cool to
tower
watch.
is under attack.
Very innovative.
Did he just kick a soccer ball? Did he score? I looked down for a second.
Radiant's
China
courier
football team's
has
not
been
very good to
killed.
be fair, so you know.
China football? Actually,
The league's better, but the national team isn't great.
yeah. Chinese Super League's fun to watch. Guangzhou Evergrande. They weren't available in the FIFA when we were in Russia for Epicenter, but they now are.
you
So-
have been denied.
You can play as the Guangzhou Evergrande now. With, I think, Fred? Does that sound right?
Yeah, Fred's a player. I don't know who he plays for though.
I'm pretty
No,
sure
he
he
plays
was
for
on
United.
Guangzhou.
Right? I have no idea. And less about football, B-Cop. This is Dota.
Sorry,
Nobody-
sorry. There were, it's Dota. They had a soccer, the football on the field,
Less
on the pitch.
about the football. I
the
was
soccer
going to say
pitch.
less about Dota. That probably doesn't help. This
And
Underlord,
the extra damage is disgustingly good for XM.
he's going to town on this Ember. Like,
He really is. Oh, you think you're cute just standing here and trading with me? Oh, I know what will do you good. My 30 extra damage from Atrophy Aura level 2.
and he's just going to go and farm some camps, I imagine, out at the same time. Well, maybe not. Okay. It is much easier to deny range creeps now, by the way, under tower. Because you can actually set up ready for the deny when the third tower hit lands. Whereas before, it was like 2 and 2 normal hits, right?
Mm-hmm. So nothing going on over bottom. At least not yet. Just a couple of illuminates as Sylar continuing to do his thing. Farm up. 14-1 though to the 27-1 of SRF.
Yes.
Jesus. Getting doubled in
Radiant
CS,
structures
just
are
about.
fortified.
He's doing really well.
Oh, first blood's there as Jin-Q gets the kill on a Victoria. I think that's all 3 games EHOME have secured first blood.
Yeah, it's all by Jin-Q as well, I think. I mean, how many times have we seen this where, like, they just pick, like, this Mirana and then they pick a follow-up stun with it, or it's, like, more damage, right? Like, they've got the Sprout this time as well instead of the Avalanche Toss. So if this Bane ever gets caught out and he doesn't have any, like, tangos or anything, then...
Also, if you're mid Underlord, do you go a third point into Atrophy Aura, or are you keeping it 2 like the normal sideline build?
Can you hear me, by the way? I just DC'd. Yeah. I think you probably 2 points and then you max out on off lane, but it depends how much he wants to put damage into... points into damage, right? Because it's a really good pit game up against the Ember and the Lycan. So we'll have to see what he decides to value more. But I wouldn't be surprised to see like more points in that pit from now on, after the Firestorm max.
Nightmare, Slight. Victoria dead
Radiant's
again.
middle tower is under attack.
All of a sudden, it's a quick 1,000 net worth lead for the side of EHOME. But again, it's the difference between having that early lead and securing that early lead.
Mm-hmm.
Two kills alone isn't going to make or break the game, especially when top of the CS is both the Mars and the Underlord.
How do you know it won't break the game? Might.
It might. But it's my job to speculate, so I'm gonna.
Arme on this Morphling is really not having fun. It's he's struggling.
22 and 13.
Radiant's middle tower.
To be
is
fair,
under
he's sitting
attack.
about even with Faith Beyond, but it's not exactly where you want to be.
It's just nobody's farming up in the top lane. Is that what you're telling me?
I mean, it feels like it's pseudo farming. Kind of like pseudo random, just pseudo farming.
Alright, technical terms. Mid lane,
Underlord?
they get the arrow.
Mid? Can they even kill XMs? Another Sight's gonna get him, yeah. Okay, so now things are really spiraling, I would say, for CDEC. Because losing mid, I thought you salvage that lane, you salvage maybe bottom with the Mars. But now losing multiple heroes in multiple lanes, that is not good at all.
Yeah, I mean, the problem they have is that this Ember is just freely farming, right? Like, he's pushing the lane out with Flame Guard and then throwing a Remnant in jungle, jumping to it and finishing the camp off with Flame Guard. So he's, like, pushing the lane out and getting extra farm for it. Where was the... How did he see that ward mid on XM? I have no idea. Did the sentry just time out or something? Weird.
7-something minutes, could have.
And they're going to give the Bane the XP mid. While the Underlord just jungles up.
And this seems like a lineup that can really take advantage of level 6 for EHOME. You know, you get a big Will-O-Wisp into a big Wrath of Nature.
For sure, like they're going to be able to play around their roles. And the other thing is the shapeshift as well, right? This Lycan might just decide to ult here and they kill off the Bane as well.
Yeah. Once you get rid of that control, it's free reign, just about.
James is still level 4 on this puck as well, so like, what's he gonna do about this?
God, Victoria goes down, and that's just Wrath of Nature, and you look at the damage it does. It sends XM pretty low, and, well, it allows them to get a kill on a James, and look how far back that was.
And this is it. Like, they just start taking towers now. And this is exactly what they couldn't do last game. Like, they really struggled because of the tree. And look at the difference already with, like, how easy it is. Like, they can just start running down lanes and going for it. Underlord's going to be a problem here. I think they just take the tower anyway.
Is he going to be a problem? Spear comes in, he has a remnant away. If the damage is enough for him to handle, he's okay, and uses that illusion rune to survive.
Yep. He's fine. The good thing for them is at least Morphin's getting a little bit more space up in the top lane, but he's still so far behind.
Yeah, very far behind.
Does Xingqiu see him here? No, he doesn't. Okay.
You really need to get the pace down in this game. Because it's going to feel like every shapeshift, I think from now on, especially when you're going to have 6 on multiple other heroes, can just turn into shapeshift go, shapeshift go. Will-O-Wisp, here we go. Wrath of Nature. Give me Vision, Wrath into shapeshift with a Will-O-Wisp. You're killing a lot of heroes.
Mm-hmm. They really need this Vessel on Morana as well, that's the big one. So they can actually just run at the Morphling and kill him over and over again. Regen rune spawn spot there. Wonder if they can try and leave that one for
Xingqiu.
Are fortified. For the hunt. Dire's top
So he'll
tower
pick that
is
up.
under attack.
Meanwhile, nothing to say, continuing to farm up towards bottom. You have level 6 available on Essence, as well as this Morana.
Dire's top tower is
Like this Lycan's just now just gonna start running down lanes, and like, what do they do to stop him, right? Like, they have the Underlord, but Underlord's not had that fun of a lane, like as much as he thought he would have.
And there's a Will-O-Wisp. They're going to bring in Faith Beyond, and it's an easy kill there onto the Mars. 6-0 in favor of EHOME, and now why not push the bottom tower?
Again, like, they just start grouping up and pushing down towers. I don't know how many times you can say it, but like, the Underlord's the one that has to be here to deal with it, and he's teeping in, but like, the tower's already almost dead. And he's going for this Yules as well, and I just don't... I don't like it. Why would you not just build the Atos instead, right?
It's not that easy for him. It's not that easy for CDEC in general. It almost feels like they're trying to set up to re-engage bottom. Like have Xingqiu try to throw and land an arrow and then go from there.
Like, it's really good to set up for the pit, but you're very reliant on your teammates getting their
There'd
stuns
be
off
no reason
afterwards,
not
then.
to try and take that skirmish,
You know, if they can
and
do, then
finish
it's
off
fine,
this
but-
tower.
Not sold.
Looks like CDC for a moment want to take
what?
the fight to them.
He's gone treads out. Is he
Dream
even
Coil
gonna go for
used
Necrobook?
snaps, and thinking about sending the Nature's Prophet over, Xingqiu's able to escape, so now the Dream Coil is worth nothing.
Is he even going to go
Dire's
Necrobook, by the way, on the
has
Lycan?
been denied.
What do we think?
Necro 3, do it.
Yeah, but he's not got it queued up. He's not going for it. Like, oh, they get on the board though. They get the grip kill onto the Keeper of the Light. That's something. Arrow onto the Mars.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh, and the Mars ends up dead, SRF dying. And yeah, you use Fiend's Grip to get a kill on the Coddle, but that's it. Like, Coddle's dead, he didn't have Will-O-Wisp, that's fine. But we're going to get a core, and that feels even better while we're pressuring top.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They want to go after Sylar. They get the Dominated Creep for 200 gold.
Yeah, Sylar definitely needed that. He's gone drums first. That's how bad that's how much he understands. Like, they're falling behind and they're gonna have to fight soon. He's like, God, I mean, I've got to get drums on Morph. Because if he tries to be greedy and go for like an E-Blade or anything, like he's not gonna have time. They're just gonna start running at the towers even more, and Morphling's not gonna be able to do anything. I think CDEC think that they're in Roche at the moment. But was not the case, and it looks like they're just going to try and run into the Lycan instead.
Rune of invisibility.
And Opportunity, Dream Coil Spear doesn't snap, but, well, he's used the shapeshift, and now he needs to try and survive.
No way.
No way!
Oh.
How? Meanwhile, mid, XM's dead. Oh my god.
They just used the arena and the coil at the same time for no reason, right? Like, what was the?
They were
what was
hoping
the
to
need?
snap it on the
Radiant's
spear.
top tower is under attack.
Yeah, but it didn't. Do you not just save the coil for after the arena? Like, or at least talk to each other about who's going to use their spell? I don't know.
Communication
Got
is
Sanj
not
queued up on the Lycan, by
a
the way.
necessity.
Pull roots and
Wrath of
run.
Nature.
Dyer's bottom tower is
And
under
you look at
attack.
what it does, just forcing back
Dyer's
CDEC.
structures
Yeah, he has
The
all
amount
good
of
faith there
damage
as well.
it does is so disgusting.
I love these little triads.
As I go.
The ones with the the spears and stuff.
The coconuts?
Yeah, they're so good.
Tropical coconuts.
They catch their bane.
Sight-searing chains, and, well, they've already got an orchid on Nature's Prophet. Dream Coil comes in, Will-O-Wisp is there. Can he survive? He's trying to, but the spear hits,
Oh, the
and
grip?
they've got Fiend's Grip on the Ember. They kill off the Will-O-Wisp, the damage
Okay.
comes in heavy. They get a kill and a nothing to say, so 2 heroes gone, looking for a third. Innocence on the run, but the Waning Rift looks like it'll be too much for them to handle.
Not sure why they're looking to try and force something there while the Lycan doesn't have shapeshift up. Like, I feel like that's the key hero that you should be playing around at the moment. Yeah, it's a little bit awkward.
Yeah, really not good for them.
My waters rise. The seeds of
Radiant's middle tower
To give
is
that
under
up
attack.
too, it's just like, why force the issue when you know you have such a lead? It just cuts into it and makes your game harder.
I actually don't think this game's getting too bad for
CDC.
CDC. Yeah, sorry, I was just my mind blanked about what team it was completely. Like they're not having an amazing time, but like a lot of the net worth difference between the two of them is just in the supports.
Yeah, Bane has nothing. But they're gonna fight bottom again. And Morana's already dead. So they've got one,
the
but
orchid
you look at
though.
the silence and they kill off James. They look at SRF, but they don't have the damage.
Oh, he's a
However,
long
Searing
TP.
Chains. Ame. Waveform, Blinding Light on the run, continuing forward. Adaptive Strike hits. He's got Slight and Searing Chains in just a moment.
Oh, Lycan's coming with the little creepies.
Can they make it? Oh, they're gonna shapeshift. They're gonna look for this. Victoria now. Arena's in, and doesn't catch Sylar. All I get is the army.
Innocence is like, dude, control your creep. Come on, let's go.
Dyer's top tower is under
But
attack.
shapeshift's down, and it really didn't net them that much.
Dyers
That works
are
out
scanning.
very well for him. Oh gosh, but they find Victoria.
Yeah, they're just playing really well around their vision here that they have on the high ground. As soon as Bane walks over, they're like, yeah, free kill, thank you very much. We'll try and head into the Roach pit now, I imagine. And they don't have shapeshifters, actually.
Yeah, I feel like that's tough. XM, yeah, he's lucky to avoid the arrow. Dream Coil on a 2. They'll both snap it. Will-O-Wisp comes in, and this is great. That'll lock up 4. The question is, can they look for more? Nothing to say, getting low. Sleight of Fist, Searing
There's a
Chains,
regen,
Faith Beyond behind them. Wrath of Nature coming in. That's going to bounce around and do a little bit of damage on Ame, but Faith Beyond loses his life. James low, coming over is Sylar, but again, James onto the backlines. He's okay. Mars leading the charge. Hit of Malice is down. SRF.
Grip.
He looks over, Fiend's Grip, and all of a sudden, again, body after body for EHOME is going down, and they're not making much use of the fact that, you know, Shapeshift is down and they can't be fighting. They're continuing to trying to exchange.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Yeah, and again, like, they need to play around this Lycan shapeshift. Like, if he doesn't have it, it's probably not a good idea to fight at the moment. Because this Underlord is now really strong with this, like, I don't know what the Yules is about, but I mean, he's got the Vanguard as well, right? And this Morphling can actually fight because he has
Dyer's
Drumsy
bottom
Asher.
tower is under attack.
Like, they have really good team fight. Like, they've got Coil, they've got Arena, they've got Grip, they've got the Pit of Malice as well.
Pressure top. They do have Shapeshift. James coming in, Dream Coil's down, and they're still looking to get this kill on the Sylar. They'll lose Victoria. The chase is on for James and SRF. So Hal for the minus armor. James, one shot from dead. Gets away. SRF now with the Arena. Here comes the Morphling. Spear through, Sylar in trouble. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, nowhere to go. And he ends up dead. Buyback from Victoria. But they've also caught nothing to say. He continues to get caught. He'll try to remnant away.
I think I got a spear.
There's
oh my god, Faith Beyond.
Oh gosh. Faith Beyond saving the day. But is it enough?
Did you... That was insane. Just cutting all the trees down so that you wouldn't get speared to one of them. My god. It was like such quick thinking. And for some reason, Nature's Prophet
doesn't exist.
Yeah, for some reason, Faith Beyond's got Blade Mail queued up on Nature's Prophet as well, which is... I'm not sure how much I like that anymore. Like, it's definitely not bad. I just... Surely there's better choices. Like... Does he not want something that helps him scale if he thinks the game's going to carry on going the way it is? Does he, like... Can he not go for, like, a pipe or something? Or... I don't know, but...
Of the wood.
Yeah, Blade Mail doesn't exactly scream best choice for me.
Never refuse gold given.
Maybe there's something to it that I don't really understand here, but... Yeah.
Illusion.
Maybe even, like, an AC would just be good as well. I guess that's what Lycan's going for there. Yeah, he is.
Is under attack.
Sylar, I just... He's... only died once, but it feels like the team just hasn't won a team fight in a while, convincingly.
Yeah.
Shadows take us.
Alright, Shadow, moving over. Hit down again, Dreamcore to follow it up. Avoiding the spear once more, nothing to say comes in. He's got the Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains out on XM as well as Victoria. They'll try to get the Will-O-Wisp and the damage out to kill off this Underlord, but all they get is the Bane, and now SRF, he's left by himself, so make it a second.
Fear not your death.
But what can they transition this into? That's the question. And the Roche is up, but have they got enough time to be able to kill it off now? Because the Mars has buyback as well. I mean, Bane's dead for a long time, but I guess they do take it really quickly. They've got the Howl as well. Have they got a medallion on anybody? I don't think... Yeah, they can't keep the light does.
So get in a Roche, take this Aegis, try to
Dire's
push
top
even
tower
more.
is under attack.
Gotta start taking these tier 2 towers.
Yeah. I think the BKBs are going to be the big thing on the Radiant side at the moment, because like Puck's so far away from anything, right? Like an Axe that would actually, you know, change the way these BKBs work in fights. But at the moment, like when Ember gets his BKB, if maybe Faithband could have gone for his own. I don't know, but that could have been the item.
And he picks up the Blade Mail instead. So 6k net worth lead here for EHOME. Arcane Rune towards top. Would be nice to give to Nothing to Say, who does have the Aegis in his hand as well. But we'll see what EHOME can do. Again, it's about finishing this game. They weren't able to do that in the previous one, of course, with the Treant, but this time around, we'll see if they can capitalize on their early advantage.
Look at the difference in farming. The support's the same as the other two games. Well, at least the first game, sorry.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Like,
under
Xinkyu's
attack.
always been giving a lot of farm priority in this team, but Innocence is gaining so much again.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
You take that tier 1 tower over bottom. But again, it just seems like EHOME are setting up across the river, looking to take a fight, maybe get a tier 2 out of this one.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Yeah, both teams really wanting to defend their tier
Dire's middle
2s.
tower is
Yeah.
under
But
attack.
for Ember, it's so much more low committal because he can just throw a Remnant out and jump back to it if he needs.
A tool to teach.
TP over from the Morphling as well as Underlord, but they've got the silence onto the puck with the arrow, blow him up. Now they'll look for more. Morphling, he's on the run with XM, and Sylar thinks about going in but doesn't commit. The arena's down, the spear is there, onto the Ember, and Sylar just keeps his back turned to it as he takes the 2-2 tower in the top lane.
Yeah. I mean, they're having a great time. Like, just go over to the tier 2 mid now. Like, Faithbjorn's already starting to shove the wave in. He's got Halberd queued up, by the way, which I think is an okay choice as well. Like, we've seen a lot of this item today, especially against range heroes. You know, these TAs, these morphs. Halberd gains a lot more popularity. Even, like, when OD was popular, Halberd was just... felt super valued.
Still one of those value items that doesn't get built in the lower tiers. James coming over, and well, so is the rest of CDEC. I think they're almost looking for a fight, but no Will-O-Wisp, no
They
Midnight,
have Will-O-Wisp.
no Midnight Shadow. And did that just come back up?
I think... Did he even use it top?
I swear he did.
Maybe he used it to get the Mars and the Bane before, but that's quite a while ago now. Oh, Faith Beyond.
Caught bottom, spears there, and Blamemail pop, but that's
No
way
way.
late. No way out.
Oh,
There it is.
smart play by SRF though to cut all the trees down with the arena. Obviously, when you use that, it just cuts everything down inside. So
At least Wrath of Nature's back up for the next fight.
very true.
Seems like something that really just puts an onslaught on a CDEC, especially with the full vision.
I just don't know what's the play though for CDEC, right? Like, yes, they're playing into Aegis, so they don't really want to do anything at the moment. But like when the Aegis expires, like what are they going to be doing that's going to make them win the game, right?
Can you rely on that Morphling?
I think they have to rely on EHOME to be the ones that like kind of make a mistake somewhere and like kind of let themselves get picked off by like a grip or a spear or something, and then take like a numbers advantage fight. But I don't really see EHOME doing that. He's going back for BKB instead on the Prophet instead of Halberd. I think that's a better choice. It's a really good BKB game. Like Coil, the Morphling magic damage, the arena, like even the Underlord damage as well.
It looks like they're trying to engage. They're about to clash. Side of Fist Searing Chains, they've rooted up the puck. And, well, James is already dead, so that means there's no control in the Dream Coil, and that really takes away from the potential chance of them getting Sylar. They rip right through the Bane, and he's going to try and go into the Dark Rift, but Yules and away.
Yeah, and now they can just finish off this tier 2 mid by the looks of it. I mean, they need to catch the wave, which is pushing in, so they need to get it quick.
Come over, illuminate. Actually doesn't go far enough.
And they might be able to get here to defend in time again now. Like, the supports are both up in 10 seconds. Yeah, they're just going to go back to farming.
Sour.
Are they going to smoke up here on CDEC now? Is this the play? I mean, Aegis has run out, but...
Seems like a desperation play, if anything.
Yeah, like, they're just going to smoke and run into a Keeper of the Light. Like, how value is that?
He doesn't get the Will-O-Wisp off, but sure. It's a kill in a tower, maybe?
Structures are fortified.
Well, at least they gain some more of the map to be able to use here. But the problem is you're playing against a Nature's Prophet, so no matter what part of the map you're controlling, he's just going to go farm the other part at the same time. I wonder what item he goes for next as well. Maybe like a Hex or something would be okay.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind that. Now the silence. Look at the damage that Faith Beyond's able to do. Wrath of Nature flying in, and eventually that'll get the kill. They'll use the arena, miss the spear.
Yes, BK
Sprout out again. Yeah, until it gets sticky, he doesn't really care to use it. Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains on an SRF, but that'll be purged thanks to the Lotus Orb. Do they have the damage this time? No.
Dire's middle tower.
That's an Arcane Rune top as well. I think they just wait for the second Roche. Like, they can take this tier 2 here, which is fine, but I think they wait for the second Roche before they really make a play. Lycan Orb of Destruction, very nice. Yes, 3,300 gold, by the way. I have no idea what he's going to buy next. Does he want, like, more raw right-click damage or something? Like a Deso? I don't know, but...
Radiant are scanning.
Hmm. 11k net worth lead is so tough for CDEC to come back in, and it's so hard for the Morphling to make that happen. Like, he needs his BKB.
What about like an Abyssal on Lycan or something, actually? Might be okay. And then they can actually catch the puck and the morph. Or a Nullifier, maybe? I don't know. Sounds pretty bad. You see, actually, I say that. Buys a relic. Maybe he's just buying a casual relic for the damage, dude.
No, Fireman. We talked about how Helm of the Iron Will is disgustingly broken.
No. I mean, Helm of the Iron Will is not broken in itself. Like,
just so good early game.
Yeah.
It's cheap.
Well, I'm not sure it's cheap. It's not like Ring of Teresk cheap. Remember, it's like 600 gold, but
for the price, it's cheap.
It actually just builds into something useful now, like early game. So it's worth buying. And they're just going to take this bot tier 2 on Faith Beyond, chunking through it quickly, and he is going for the Hex as well. I think it's the right choice.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
He's got so much farm. He's in here
he's pretty
third
good
in the net worth.
But again, like, look at the support net worth. Like, this Moran has 11,000 net worth. And where's that come from?
Yeah, I have no idea. Oh my god. Yeah, you kind of just lose track of the fact that 4th position Mirana has that much farm. And the Mars is behind.
He's just going for a Hex of his own as well, like top lane as well here. They're going to Dark Rift in after just trying to hit this tower for a little bit. And they do get it.
Moonlight Shadow used, they'll go into Roche. And they have everything they need to go after this. The minus armor especially.
This is really bad because they Dark Rift away and it just gives away the Roche lane because they can't get back to the pit in time. They're just so far away. I don't know if they could fight anyway, but probably not. Cheese for Sylar as well. Who hits that level 20 now? Which talent is he going to go for? I assume it's Shape, but yeah.
BKB going forward, and they've got the silence onto the Mars. They'll use the Sprout to try and block him in, but there's the Remnant forward to get the kill on the Victoria. The Searing Chains locks up XM Nullifier, making sure to keep him down this time after he yules. His Faith Beyond ends up dropping. It's at least one. Nature's Prophet, he's dead, doesn't have Wrath of Nature, no need to buy back. Sylar and the Shapeshift, he'll go after the rest, as they'll take out SRF.
Nature's Prophet even might decide to buy back here when he sees that they don't start buybacking on Dire, so they can try and push these racks and end the game. Not 100% sure he will, because he really wants to save for this Hex, right? But
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Maybe they just feel like they want to reset and wait for Shapeshift as well. Okay.
Yeah, not necessary to buy back. You could wait, get it back, get Shapeshift back in 40 seconds. Like, they time up just about perfectly. No reason to rush, right? You've got Aegis Cheese still.
This Ags on Ember is doing so much, by the way. I don't know if you saw what happened in that fight, but he basically just jumped around until he killed the Bane with, like, just by spamming spells, and there was nothing the Bane could do, like, whatsoever.
So, up in 8.
Go on, Shinky, show me your heat-seeking arrow.
Moonlight Shadow used again.
Radiant are scanning.
Ooh.
Ooh.
God, James. If you could peek through the trees, you'd see him. But now he's
Oh
trying to
my
make something
God.
happen. I don't know about that. Quick fingers coming in from Faith Beyond. They don't hit the arrow, but they've got the sprout, nowhere for him to go.
Was he just
And
precasting Orchid on the ground expecting Puck to blink in? That's insane.
Remnant forward, Victoria again, Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains, BKB's been Popeye, nothing to say.
He has Aegis,
Lotus Orb
remember.
onto the Bane, but nothing to say. Using those Remnants, trying to survive for now. There's the arena down. James with the buyback. He's back into the fight. Dark Rift will get a couple out, but that leaves SRF to try and
I think
man
he's
fight,
fine.
and, well,
Yeah.
he's doing a decent job of it.
He has Blink here, Blink Spear, if he really wants to go back in again, but there's no
No
trees.
trees.
That was the Keeper of the Light ult before. That's a really good fight, though, for CDEC. Like, they just get the Aegis for nothing, right? I mean, they only use Arena. Problem is, they're really struggling to kill people. They're surviving for long periods of time, but feels like, again, like they're waiting on EHOME to make mistakes rather than actually being able to kill people straight up themselves.
Nothing to say. Going Scotty. He's got Ags, of course. Lycan. Can he go Ags, please? Bite someone?
Turn the Keeper of the Light into a wolf.
Yeah.
Is it a wolf riding a horse then? What happens?
Yeah.
Is that the animation of the hero?
I hope so.
Yeah.
And the wolf better be holding the
Yeah.
reins.
I get you. This is a Nature's Prophet Hex, by the way. He has TP, so if they find anybody with the smoke. But
it's
CDEC are
gonna-
really well positioned on the high ground.
Yeah, they're well positioned, but the fact that the Wolves can scout this out makes it so easy for them to get the Hex onto the Bane, which makes it impossible for him to get the lockdown. Blade Mail, BKB, Will is down. Really, again, lacking answers from CDEC. They get the kill on X, and they'll take him out. The Mars is low, and he ends up falling. So 2 heroes gone. Morphling already bailing. Bane TP's away. Puck out. But a 2 for nil once again in favor of
Really
EHOME.
good. A really good Will-O-Wisp from the Keeper of the Light there. There was basically a good sprout from Faith behind to start, and then the Will-O-Wisp kind of like splits up half the team into each other, where like the Morphling's stuck on the other side of the sprout, on the other side of the Will-O-Wisp.
Dire structures
And
are
look how quickly they're going to kill these towers though. Like with the Orb of Destruction, with the AC. But they have so much raw right-click damage.
And again,
like it
here
has
they
cheese,
go.
remember, if
Dream
you can get it
Coil.
off.
This time the spear does hit Sylar pretty hard, but it'll eat the cheese. The question is, can he survive with the damage coming in from Ame? Well, he's got the
Okay.
adaptive strike. The answer to that is no. And unfortunately now, can they do anything about Ame on this Morphling as he swallows up another one whole?
Are they really not going to go for this? I guess they can't without the Lycan. I mean, great hold. I mean, the Mars dies back, but at least they keep their Axe alive.
It works out. You can see what the Morphling's able to accomplish, what he's able to do.
The prize is mine.
What does Nature's Prophet build next?
An easy
Ags.
shot.
Everybody go Ags.
Oh, true.
What
about, like...
finish the Bloodthorn?
He could, yeah. I don't know how good it is, though. I feel like he might just go, like, Satanic or something instead, but... I think he probably feels like he needs a little bit more survivability after just getting absolutely chunked to pieces in that last fight and almost dying. And they're just playing around the high ground again on CDEC. Like, they're falling further and further behind in terms of net worth, but at least they're keeping themselves in the game.
Leveler, that's good. EHOME will be happy with that, especially giving that to, say, maybe the Nature's
Oh
Prophet,
my
and now Timeless Relic.
That's insane. Who's he giving it to? Is he giving it to a keeper? Surely not. Is Jinkyu taking it?
There it goes.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. I guess if he ever hits anybody with an arrow, it's going to last forever. So
Allies disappear.
I can kind of get behind that.
And he gets a Spell Prism for himself, so these tier 4 items for EHOME are perfect.
Yeah, I mean, the Spell Prism is incredible. Especially when you have the Keeper of the Light on your team as well. Who takes the
I'm
Shaco?
surprised they're letting CDEC kind of farm for a little bit, but I think it has more to do with the fact that they want to wait for Roche because maybe they don't feel comfortable after that last engagement.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason to try and take a fight before you get the Aegis, though, right? Like, it's absolutely fine. I think you take the Shaco on Nature's Prophet as well, by the way. That might mean that he can go for that damage item and just take the Shaco instead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he does. Like, it's so good. Like, all of a sudden, he has 3,600 HP instead of, like, just over 2,000. And yeah, he is going to go for the MKB. I really like that. I mean, their neutral items are actually insane. Like...
Probably one of the better combos of what they can get with this lineup, if not the best.
Keeping the lights like, oh my god, I got a tier 3 item. This is so
Dire's top
rude.
tower
Please.
is under attack. Radiant's bottom
Minotaur
tower
horn.
is under attack.
Dagon. Just building Dagon. Mirana's got everything she wanted, and now just go Dagon.
I think if she didn't have Timeless Relic, she probably wouldn't, but there's no reason not to now, right?
No, not really.
Underlord has a Shaco as well, by the way. Very tanky. Lots of effective HP with the item build that he's gone for with the high armor.
Vanish.
White Shadow, CDC. They're gonna need to be careful with this.
They just need to
But-
wait for the... Like, they're trying to get a pick off so that they can go into Roche, but they just want to run into the high ground blindly, because it's never going to be a good idea. You got to respect the fog.
She's an Ag's Blessing, so
Give it to Lycan.
come on, yeah, seriously.
Or Nature's Prophet, actually.
No, just Lycan. Just give me the bite.
A tool to teach.
To be fair, this Faith Beyond Nature's Prophet turned into a wolf sounds absolutely terrifying.
Yeah. It sounds outrageous.
Roshan has
Come on.
fallen to the ring.
Yes! Yes!
They actually do it.
I'm
oh
awake!
my god. Dude, this is so good. I can't wait for this.
Who's he gonna bite?
It must be Faith Beyond, surely. Like, maybe nothing to say, but he isn't really doing physical damage, right? Like,
Oh, this sounds amazing.
dude, get hyped, actually. Get ready. Mr. Observer, if you don't see this wolf bite, I'm going to be very disappointed.
Oh my god. And he's sitting back? Maybe with the Nature's Prophet?
Oh, James.
He's just gotta bite him.
And he's just stuck in trees.
Got him.
Shadows take us.
But again, like, if you look at the net worth graph, CDEC is still just falling further and further behind, especially in the last few minutes.
Well, yeah, when you
the
get to take
Blessing.
Roche, it adds
Yeah.
like 6k to your net
Yeah,
worth
exactly.
immediately. It's terrible.
The Axe Blessing net worth upgrade.
Yeah.
Dude, look at this Prophet, actually. Oh, he couldn't quite get him.
But the
he
arrow
got it.
with the hex. There it is. James.
Oh, the magic lamp.
Oh, not only that, but just unable to get away from this.
I
Double
think he
hex.
forgot he had the magic lamp there. Because I think he just assumed he was dead because he didn't phase shift when he came out of thingy. The magic lamp.
Running forward,
a
slide of
five,
fist. Now here's Faith Beyond. Do it! Bite him! Bite someone!
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Please!
Come on, man. Don't let me down, Sylar.
Go for the racks. Sylar. Don't be that guy.
Middle barracks has fallen.
He's asking to be bit.
They get a melee rack, so which is nice.
Yeah, that's fair. On the tier 3 top.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Arrows flying through, level 25 talent. So there's 3 to dodge now instead of 1.
Going for the tier 3.
He has the Aegis on
continuing
him, remember.
Now they've got the silence, but do they have enough? Arrows flying through, that hits up into the underworld. They've also got the Hex on the Mars. Faith Beyond sits low, sleight of fist as he's morphed into the Ember. Ooh, Ember, nothing to say. Doesn't quite lose this Aegis. but he'll Remnant and TP back. Cut up some meat on the swords while he goes back.
Yeah, he always has the Shivas up as well.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Sorry, James is really close to getting this Ags on the puck, by the way. He's like 500 gold off or so. 350 now, actually. If he can get that, like, maybe they can control them long enough so that the Morphling and the Underlord can just, like, 3D right-click people, but they're so far behind. Like, this Mirana is fifth in net worth overall. Sorry, I had to count there. That was difficult. And, like, the Keeper of the Light isn't even that far off, like, being 6th. If the Keeper of Light had taken the Ags Blessing, they'd actually have 5 out of the top 6 net worths.
Wow.
Insane.
You could just bite the Kano.
Sure.
Give him fake net worth.
Of haste.
I can't wait for this Keeper of the Light to be able to Daedalus to work with the Lycan. That's hype.
I don't know if we should be here still at that point.
Yeah.
Dream Coil comes in, Sylar moving forward. When is he going to finally bite someone? Dark Rift, and, well, they're they're out. They leave Victoria, and, well, he's dead. Not only have they left Victoria, but they've left James, and Syrian Chains, nothing to say, goes into the Shapeshift. Look at the kill, and Sylar, he bits... Oh, he bit nothing to say.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
He really doesn't
like-
want to buy back here on the puck, but he has to, like, otherwise they just lose the game. I think
Yeah,
now he's like...
there's no way he doesn't.
Dire's
Look at how
top
quick these towers go.
Dire's top barracks has fallen.
Buildings are just gone.
It's
The
like...
fact that nothing to say is a Lycan,
Yeah.
sleight of fisting is...
That's crazy, actually. I didn't
Yeah.
think about it like that with the extra crit that you get. Oh, the arrow on the Underlord?
The arrow hit, they've got the Hex onto the Mars. Dagging from Jingqiu, damages there with the Spirit Vessel. They look over at nothing to say, but also on the back lines of this, Faith Beyond getting low, has the BKB, survives for now. Waveform over, Spirit
Arrow.
hits, and, well, they'll get the kill on a SRF. They'll take out Ame. The buyback comes in from the Morphing immediately, but James, he just bought back, and he'll fall once again, as does XM. XM buys back, and, well, now they'll look to finish it off. They'll look to cap this series 2-1. They're up 50k. Waveform forward, Halana minus armor's there with the Spirit Vessel, dagging for the final touch.
Dire's bottom
GG is called. EHOME take the series 2-1.
I mean, they're just so far behind by the end of the game. Like, they kept themselves in the game for so long, but my point stands from before. Like, what was their play for them to get back into the game and try and actually win it themselves, right? I don't know what they were supposed to do. They're just... this Underlord pick, I think, I don't know why they didn't just put the Underlord as the 3 and the Mars as the 2. I feel like giving the Mars the farm priority would have really helped them with their damage output in a lot of these early engagements. I mean, it probably doesn't make a huge difference, but I don't know. This Underlord just felt super underwhelming. Like, yeah, the pit was annoying. Yes, the Firestone was annoying to push into, but didn't ever really feel like it was going to win them the game.
Yeah. It was the entire time CDEC were just on the back foot and hoping on the Morphling. Like, XM mid never really felt like much. Like, yeah, he was hitting hard in the lane, but there was a couple of times where the rotations came out from EHOME that really stymied that progress. And Mars, I mean, look at the two supports. Between Victoria and James, they're 120 and 14. Like, they're overwhelmed by not only the farm that Jingqiu got to be that 4th core, but how overwhelming EHOME are around the map with the remnants, the TPs, the shapeshift. Like, what do you do when you're confined so much and your available map is shrinking and shrinking?